Welcome everyone, a guy trying here, and Seeds of Unity has been funded, but for real this time! While we were told last week that Altered's 5th set would be printed, Equinox also said that they did not hit their stated goal of 2.5 million euros, but, inspired by the community's commitment, are reinvigorated to optimizing their production and operations to keep the game going for as long as they can. We were able to see the amount raised through the game found once the campaign ended, totaling just slightly below 900k. But the lack of any concrete numbers from the LGS side left the community excited about seeds being printed, but concerned how far below the goal we had gotten. Because we had been given a figure that was supposed to be hit, not knowing where we were caused some anxiety until a few days later, Equinox published a rough figure of the LGS number at 1,423,000. This number is subject to some fluctuation, as the LGSs were still able to add to and finalize their orders at the time of publishing, but I doubt it'd be too different from this in the end. Combined with the game found, this means Seeds of Unity has raised just shy of 2.32 million euros, which seemed to be higher than most players speculated after the initial post. The campaign itself was a rollercoaster of emotion both for the community and company alike, and Equinox have said they believe they've learned a lot from this experience and are hoping to make the game found for Set 6 better for it. A major motivator in the additional week of the campaign was the stretch goals added. Because of these goals, each Seeds of Unity, both from GameFound or LGS, will have a Skybound Odyssey promo booster and a Seeds of Unity unique card added as a box topper. Although probably the most interesting stretch goal for the community was unlocking the option to be able to purchase a digital unique pack through the GameFound. For 30 euros, you would receive 10 uniques digitally, 1 guaranteed to be from each of the first 4 sets, with the remaining 6 being randomized from them, as well as 10 euros in print-on-demand credit to get them printed. For an additional 10 euros, you would guarantee that your pack would only contain uniques from a faction of your choice. I don't have exact numbers, but many in the community were excited about these packs. That being said, it is the first instance of Equinox selling a digital pack, which others felt could be a slippery slope. So where do we go from here? There's a lot happening alongside the next set, such as updates to the Adventure Pass and the new tournament system. However, the next game found will most likely start a month after Seeds of Unity releases, when the effects of these changes might not have created any impact yet, and the community will have just come off 4 months with little to no competitive motivation. With a lack of tumults or qualifying tournaments, players who strive to feed their competitive nature might struggle with enthusiasm for the game. Add to that the usual dip in activity these types of hobbies see around the holidays, and I think we need a strong push of momentum to launch us into 2026. This isn't on the community though. Equinox will have to give us reasons to engage with the game. This game has been propped up by the efforts of the community members who have run tournaments, created websites, and clarified miscommunications from Equinox to keep interest in Altered alive. And we've now heard that AWOL, the Altered Weekly Online League, will stop running tournaments. In a post, Simon explained the burnout he was experiencing after dedicating a year to running these tournaments, and that, effective immediately, they would stop. This is a group of players that have even partnered with Equinox to help with their demo deck tournaments before the start of recent sets and the BGA World Qualifiers. In this limbo season without any official tournaments, community-driven efforts are once again expected to shoulder the burden, and this known entity of AWOL is now leaving a void. There are others in the community who are positioning to take up that burden, but the pressure shouldn't solely be on these people as it often feels it is. Even the proposed changes to the OP system rely on BGA and store tournament organizers to nominate players for the monthly qualifiers. It would be great to have more consistent higher-level tournaments to look forward to throughout the year, but I think Equinox needs to put more of themselves into their tournament scene. While it was great for me to be able to stream the Baltimore Worlds qualifier on my channel, the game probably would have benefited more from having it on their official channel instead. Don't get me wrong, Skybound Odyssey is great, and Seeds of Unity looks amazing so far. I think the game's gotten better with each set, but I find it's rarely the game of Altered itself that the player base complains about. And now we're going to find ourselves in this oddly timed hype cycle for the game, where we currently have been shown a little less than half the cards from Seeds, but probably won't see much more in the next month and a half. Then shortly after release, focus will shift towards Set 6 to prepare for the game found. While I am undoubtedly super excited for Seeds of Unity and the future of Altered, I'm still nervous about the uncertainty of what comes next. I feel like I've said this a lot recently, but I really do love this game and the community, so I want to see it thrive. It always feels like we're so close to the greatness we want that we can graze it with our fingertips but can't quite grasp it. But remember to have fun with the game. Whether you play on BGA, at your LGS or kitchen table, or whatever. Embrace what drew you to the game. Let's take some time following these emotional few weeks to take a deep breath and start 2026 strong together. Thanks for watching. I hope you found this helpful in some way. If you did, feel free to give a like and subscribe, but if you made it this far, just know that I'm happy you stayed with me this long. This is late notice, but I will be at PAX Unplugged again this year, so if you see me, feel free to say hi. It's always nice to meet members of the community. There's some Trial by Frost drafts listed for each day, but I don't really know what's going on with those. Still, I'll have some decks with me just in case. That's all for now, but I hope we see each other again.